God is dead. We always have anxiety in our lives. How do you relieve that anxiety? Humans are not as perfect as God. So many people try to live with their inner anxiety or rely on religion. So is God, the absolute being we believe in, perfect? Nietzsche says that God is dead. Let's go into the book to see why he said this and what he meant. And what he said to us. Nietzsche, who reads at 40. We're not in that world, we're in this world. God is dead. Nietzsche's most famous aphorism. Nietzsche talks about a madman with a lantern, announcing the death of God in his joyful study. Apology 125. It's bright daylight, and a madman with a bright lamp shouts at people to find God in the square. People who don't believe in God laughed at the madman looking for God. The madman stares at each of them and says, "We killed God." The madman says once again, "God is dead. God is dead. We killed God. We are all the killers of God." To endure a painful reality and an uneasy future, humans have created the concept of God. For the past 2,000 years, God has been the absolute meaning of European life. Even in 19th century Europe, where Nietzsche lived, Christian thought was so dominant that it was the standard of all ideologies and values. Human life was evaluated according to the absolute value of a self-made God. However, God, which was the meaning and purpose of life, no longer functioned properly. Nietzsche thought that the Christian God made humans sick, because in Christianity, humans are sick beings who have sinned. It is no longer necessary because the God, created to overcome a meaningless and fearful life, consequently made humans weaker. This is why Nietzsche compared himself to a maniac and said that we killed God. At that time, people were shocked by the separation from God, who had long ruled human life. Here, God means the Christian God. But Nietzsche did not simply intend that the Christian God was dead. He declared death on all philosophical, religious, and moral ideologies and values that were the traditional foundations of the people of Europe. Break away from familiarity and live as I want you to be. The familiar things are what you have believed from the past to the present. It is difficult to easily throw away what was the foundation of life. As Nietzsche declared the death of God, there must be a certain opportunity to break away from the past. An opportunity is a decisive cause or opportunity that makes something happen or change. An opportunity is, in other words, a turning point. Everyone has a turning point in their lives. A day is scheduled for everyone to stand at the point where a situation changes in a different direction. The turning point is not a great event, contrary to our thoughts, but is caused by something very trivial. Also, the turning point is not something someone decides for you, but something you make yourself. You have to declare that you will live as your true self when things that have sustained you for a long time are shaking. But how many times have you been unable to act on the pretext of not having time? Because of realistic conditions and circumstances, as such. Most people find it difficult to escape from their familiar lives. Also, when you listen to your inner voice, on the one hand, you feel a sense of resistance to being complacent. It takes courage to overcome this. Nietzsche says, live dangerously. Choose a dangerous life. Setting up a city on a volcano and sailing out to unknown seas. Courage is the mind that can face and act in spite of fear. Have courage and live a life of trying new things yourself. Did you enjoy it? In Nietzsche's time, Plato's philosophy, the world of idea, was true, and Christian doctrine based on it was absolute. Christianity played a role in saving humans through God, which rather made them sick, and Nietzsche boldly said that God died. It means to question all existing philosophies, religions, and morality, and no longer rely on God and to live the life I want. The meaning of God is dead can be interpreted in various ways. But if you look at Nietzsche's thoughts and his thoughts, it is close to the meaning that we must live on our own and independently. The declaration at that time that God was dead is a shocking declaration as much as it is necessary to dismantle capitalism in a capitalist society, where money is at its best today. Are you living the life you want? Don't you want to make a difference to your familiar life? For those of you who watched this video, today will be a better day than yesterday. Subscribe and like our big boost of video production. I support your passion